Hey, my name is Nick. If we haven't met before, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to check out the mighty Riffs of Saxon. Okay, before we get too far into this, I'm in E-flat tuning. So tune your guitars down a half step. As far as I'm aware, Saxon is always tuned down a half step. So to play along, you'll need to be in E-flat tuning. Alright. So, Crusader, really cool intro. It's actually played on a clean guitar. I think it's an acoustic that's on the album version. Live, I think it's just a clean sound. I've got a semi-clean tone here. I'm just going to play it on this so I don't have to do any switching. But basically we're playing an A power chord here at the 7th and 9th fret on the D and G strings, along with the open A strings. And then the picking starts on the 3rd string and goes to the 4th and then the 5th, so you get this. So the first move, that's the picking, is 3, 4, 3rd string, 4th string, 5th string, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and there's a couple little slight variations, but that's the basic idea. And the chord movement goes from this A power chord to basically what ends up being a D power chord, but we're just playing the 7th fret across the G and D strings along with the open A. We'll play that again and then move it down to the 5th fret. So now we're going to play 7th fret with the pinky, but keep 5 on the D string, and then go to the 5th fret on the G string. So that move is where you have the index finger on the 4th fret G string, and you're still keeping the middle finger on the D string 5th fret. Oops. So the last move is 5th fret on the D and G strings, and then 4th fret, that resolves to an A chord. So very cool. Alright, and then when it kicks in, it's got this kind of traditional 80s style power chord thing. Going from an A to a G, G to a C, C to a G, C, G, A. We're just playing those chords as little 2-note dyads. Super cool. I love the arrangement of that. One other part, I think the super melodic part for the verse when it goes to the key of E minor, and you get this. Oops. E minor, C, D, A. That's this E minor chord. C major chord. It's got the G in the on the third string open. D, move that up 2 frets, and you get the G string open again. Now this is A, which is kind of an A major, with D open. So. So that's Crusader. Okay, next up from 1980, Wheels of Steel. So we're going backwards a little bit here. Crusader was 84, I believe. And Wheels of Steel is kind of like the first classic Saxon album. And that title track, Wheels of Steel, now, does that remind you of anything? I was doing some research on this because it totally reminded me of Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent. Come to find out that it was inspired by that, but also, let me check my notes here and make sure about this. There was a song called Rock and Roll Doctor on a Technical Ecstasy album. The outro, the ending part of that song, is almost identical to the main riff in this. There's no mention of that being an influence, but it sounds very similar. So you might want to compare notes on this riff as compared to Cat Scratch Fever as compared to Rock and Roll Doctor is the name of that song by Black Sabbath. So this was obviously off the album Wheels of Steel, and basically you're taking this 2-note dyad again, dyads. We're going to go 5 on the D and G, 4 on the D and G, 2 on the D and G. And then open A, and then do that again. But the rhythm's a little different. And then we're going to go just a pick on the 5th string, 3rd fret, then to the open. Chorus is E. That's a C sus chord. G major with B, bass up. Resolve to an A chord. That's Wheels of Steel. So in the same year, I think about 4 months later, they released another album. So back then, you know, bands would release sometimes 2 albums in a year. This one was the same year, 1980, and this was Strong Arm of the Law. And this is the title track to the riff to that song, Strong Arm of the Law. The second guitar is doing this. So in between those, what you end up getting is hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just sliding from 5 to 7 on the A string. I'm playing a little C chord here. And then doing the same thing to 7 to 9. And then playing a D chord. And then we're doing this thing that we did in the last riff where we're 5, 4, and 2 across the D and G string. Chorus, A power chord, G, D, results A. Very simple. Once again, simple stuff kicks ass. Okay, that's Princess of the Night. This one is off of Denim Leather, which we're going to look at a few riffs off of that album. That's also considered a classic. That was 1982, I believe. Let me check here. 1981, actually, 1981. So they released 3 albums in the span of 2 years, basically. And this one's one of the more up-tempo tracks. We're just kind of alternate picking on a E power chord here, the 7th and 9th fret on the A and D string. That's an F sharp to a G. Down to a D power chord. Back to 9 and 10. You know, for the picking on something like this, I always tend to do alternate picking, and you can kind of feel the accents on the upbeats by doing that. Watching some live video, it looks like the guitar is doing alternate picking on this as well. You can always experiment. It's a pretty fast tempo, so you probably need some alternate picking in there to get this up to speed. Okay, then on the chorus on this, you gotta know the chorus if you know the verse on this. So we'll go from the main riff into that chorus. B, C, D, all power chords. Princess of the Night. Okay, and then the title track, Denim Leather. This one's so much fun to play. Again, really simple, but we're playing an A power chord here. Hammer on from 3 to 4 on the A string. End up on the 2nd fret G string. And we're doing an upbeat here on the C power chord, which I like to hit the up stroke so I can kind of feel where that pulse is going. chorus. G to A, C to D, C, D, A, and then this little walk up. A, B, C. Resolves to A, and C up to D. Again, really simple, but the riffs like this, there's a lot of space for the vocals, which is what it's all about, creating a great song. Alright, the last riff I want to look at here is "And the Band Played On" from Denim Leather, the last riff from Denim Leather. So this one I hear was a big radio hit. Again, this was before my time. Probably a big radio hit in the UK. But it's another really simple one. This is in the key of E minor. It. The entire song is based around that. So that first riff, that's basically the chorus. D to E, power chords, then C to D. C, D, then during the verse, it's this little riff idea. One guitar's playing it there, one guitar's playing it up an octave higher. You can play it here. That's probably more likely, but either way, it's the same note. Playing a G twice, and then pulling off from E to D, B once, and then D to E. Same thing up higher. And then interspersed there, you're walking down the chord. So E, C, back to E. Probably one of the most simple riffs they have, and yet it's fantastic song. Make sure you go listen to that. How melodic it is. It just flows really well. I can see why it was a radio hit. Really cool. Alright, so that's all the classic stuff we're going to look at. There's so many more riffs we could check out from the classic days of Saxon, but I just wanted to end this with something that I remember buying, this album called Unleash the Beast. It had this evil looking gargoyle on the front, and you know, I wasn't sure quite what to expect, but it's a very heavy and melodic album. It's got a lot of atmosphere to it, and to this day, Unleash the Beast is one of my favorite Saxon records. And I think maybe my favorite track on this is the song called Cut Out the Disease, which has this really cool open A string thing going on. So I'm going to play that for you next. So cool, it just sounds awesome to me. And it's all on the A string. We're doing some pull-offs here. So we're outlining. The tricky part's really just the rhythm of it. But if you just see where the notes are. You can kind of suss out the rhythm of when to change notes. So we have that's 12, 13 on the A, down to 10, and then twice on the 12th fret. So okay, then we move down to the 8th fret, 10th fret, and then 7th fret. Harder to play it slower. So the 7th fret, and so that the first time we go down to the 7th fret, the second time we're going to go down to the 5th fret. So let me play the whole thing for you. Okay, now let me play that more up to tempo, and then I'm going to go into the verse part, which I think is also really cool. And that verse part is just kind of moving to the key of E from A to an E power chord, then a little lick here, 2, 3, 2, open A, open E again, F, this time 2, 3, 2, open on the D string. Simplicity. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I have a free sweep picking guide for you, which is down in the description below. Make sure to check that out as well. I'll see you next time. Rock on.